So this is how my day starting. We're up at the tire shop. Lockout. Why you at the tire shop? Well, that's why. So, unfortunately, had to get up, get on the highway, and was on my way to work. Cruising, not a problem. I had to be at work at 5 o'clock this morning, by the way. So, I'm riding down I90, and all of a sudden, ba-boom! And, yeah, chuck hole. Fell victim of it. Fell victim of a chuck hole. So, I called up my roadside. That's funny saying me as a roadside technician from back in the day calling roadside to come and change a tire. So I get them on the phone. I say, hey, I'm on I90. I'm on a flat. Need somebody to come change the tire for me. As soon as I hung up the phone, I was like, wait a minute. What I'm looking like calling to change a tire for? And that's what I actually technically still do, because I do lockouts every once in a while. But I'm like, I don't need no. I said I got it. I'm cool. So I get out there, I change the tire, pull on the donut, which it is. It's car makers' cheap way of saying, hey, we're not giving you a legitimate spare tire, but we'll give you this donut so you can go and buy one. So I put the donut on and I started driving, and then all of a sudden the wheel started turning to the left, and I was like, donut's going. So I pulled over to the side, and yeah, the donut is off the rim. So I called them, I called my roadside back, and I was like, yeah, change that from somebody coming out here to do a tire change to a tow. And they was like, oh, okay, well, we'll just call them up and just tell them to send the tow truck. I said, no, don't do that. I says, Auto Rescue of Cleveland, they don't have tow truck drivers. Are you sure? I am positive, because I am very, very familiar with Auto Rescue of Cleveland, as well as Papa-Lock, as well as any other solo proprietor here in Cleveland, because I used to be one of those proprietors. That was my competition. Like, I had a client, or I had I can't think of it, but I had a contract specialist reach out to me and say, hey, there's other contractors in your area that would do specific stuff a lot cheaper. And I'm like, well, what are we talking about cheaper? Like, what are we talking about cheap here? Because at the time, I was doing tire changes for like $60, lockout for like 80, fuel delivery for like 30, so forth and so on. Well, they over here talking about, well, we got a provider in your area that will do a lockout for $20. Like, who? What? Huh? Yeah, can you tell me who that provider is? They was like, well, unfortunately, we can't divulge that information. And I was like, that's cool. So once I told them, I said, well, look, I will come down maybe about 10-15%, but I'm not coming down to no $20 tire change or $20 lockout. So I'm not doing that. I says I need to make some money. I gotta keep my foundation. Where is it at? Because we do good work and our work speaks for itself, and we got to be paid accordingly to what our work is. Now, if you want some jackknife fly-by-night guy to come over and destroy your door while they trying to get in it and force it and try to pull the door handle or try to unlock your door, by all means, go ahead. But see, we figured if that happens, they're going to make a claim. And when they make a claim, guess who's going to pay for that? Me, my company. So a $10 unlock or a $20 unlock will cost me about $200-300 to get that door repaired. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So luckily, they got the tow truck for me. Back to the story. My fault. I know I veered off a little bit. But they got the tow truck for me. The guy came lickily quick too. Like, usually they take about an hour or an hour and a half. No, dude was there in about 35 minutes after I talked to the dispatcher. The company called me, and the truck was right there. Hey, where you at? I'm on the highway, I90, going west in front of such and such, such and such. Right there. Boom, bam, boom. He came, hooked me up this morning, and here I am, sitting in front of good old Moe's. Instead of getting a tire repair, I have to get a new tire. Either a new tire or probably a new used tire. In this case, it's going to be a new used tire, because when you get one new tire, it kind of throws off the balance of the other tire. So I'll just get me a new used tire, roll with that for a while, and probably by 6 months or something like that, because the tires on the car is already new. It's maybe about a year at least, but I'll figure it out. New used tire, that should hold me over for quite a while. And yeah, just be vigilant when you be driving these roads, man, because especially in the city of East Cleveland, their roads are terrible, atrocious. So this is my morning right now. Hopefully they'll come here, get me together. I'll be able to get into work, hop in the truck, and I'll be making my way down to Texas or Minnesota. I had a load. I was pre-planned on a load, but being that this happened, it probably might change. We'll see. Till next time.